तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः।
ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. We are studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and we are still in the conversations of 7th March, Saturday, 1885. And we have been, Masmasha is poorly trying to hide himself by calling Mohini Mohan, and in between M. So we understand Mohini Mohan is M. And the context is Thakur is very happy with the young devotees. Suddenly, Sri Ramakrishna became serious. Page 720, almost on the top. Page Bengali 762, top. Suddenly, Sri Ramakrishna became serious as if about to reveal a secret. Master to M. There is no outsider here, so I am telling you. The other day, when Harish was with me, I saw Satchidananda come out of this sheath. It's a very secret thing. Thakur's own body he is calling a sheath. And who lives inside? Brahman. And Brahman is Satchidananda. That is the name of Brahman, nearest name. So that came out of the body, he saw. So Thakur's experiences make the whole Vedanta, whole religious life living, and everything so much concrete that he directly experiences it. That is the speciality. We have not heard or seen such thing even in the Vedas or Vedanta. It said, and that Satchidananda said, I incarnate myself in every age. So this is definitely the Saguna Brahma. The Brahman are not two, but the Saguna aspect of Brahman, because the Nirguna aspect lies beyond. Saguna aspect creates, preserves and destroys this world. So for the sake of preservation, because the world once created becomes outgoing and outgoing and outgoing, to hold it back, avatar is necessary. And what is this avatar? Brahman himself has given out Vedas and Vedanta. Two types of religion or dharma has been taught there. One is the pravrutti lakshana dharma, that means dharma based upon righteous activity, and the other is nivrutti lakshana dharma, that is dharma based upon the attempt to realize the truth. And both of them together are essential for the world maintenance and are the teachings of the Vedas. Now, what happens? That both of them dwindle because the devotees, because those who follow them become, their desires grow. And when the desires grow, irreligiosity takes place and dharma goes down, adharma grows up. Now, that will not help sustaining the world. And because the Saguna Brahma desires to create, preserve, and destroy the world, finally, preservation is necessary. And for preservation, he incarnates himself. Now, we can understand it in another way, that the whole world is called Leela of Brahman, the play of Brahman. Without change in himself, he has created the world, or he has himself become the world without change in himself. So that is called Leela or play. But in this Leela, what happens is that man gets deluded, man gets drowned by seeing everything as real and attractive. Now, to save man from this, to pull back the outgoing tendencies as much as possible, God, Sagun Brahma, does another type of Leela, special Leela. That means retaining his God consciousness, he appears to take birth as a man. And that is called avatar. And that, what happens? Again, the world is like a curly tail of the dog. So again, it goes back to its outgoing tendencies. But in the meanwhile, the nature of man's mind has undergone a change. So suitable to that new mind of man, Brahman takes a new form. So that is why avatar comes again and again from time to time. And that is what Saguna Brahma, which has incarnated itself as Sri Ramakrishna. So in his own consciousness, this thing becomes revealed directly as if Saguna Brahma has come out and telling him. It said, I incarnate myself in every age. This is called age. The old idea of Treta and all that very large divisions of time are not that much valid, because the man's mind undergoes changes. For example, we call the current age as age of science, age of the French Revolution, and so this age requires a new incarnation. So from age to age, he makes that special Leela again and again. So he's revealing the truth. I thought that I myself was saying these words out of mere fancy. I myself means a person, a man. The personality which is apparent. And so, in that personality, he thought, I am imagining and I am talking, though the inner reality was talking. I kept quiet and watched. Again, Satchidananda itself spoke, saying, Chaitanya to worship Shakti. So, something different which Thakur has not imagined. It is not about all the avatars. So, Chaitanya means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was another incarnation, and he too worshipped Shakti. Similar to Thakur worshipped Shakti, it is not so much known that Chaitanya worshipped Shakti, because Chaitanya is known to preach Vaishnavism, but this is a new revelation which is not imagined by Thakur. So it becomes clear that the reality, the Saguna Brahma personality of Thakur was speaking. The devotees listened to these words in amazement, because that was absolutely new to the devotees. Some wondered whether God himself was seated before them in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. Though he said, I myself and this and that, they thought that he himself is that, though he is apparently dividing himself into two. The master paused a moment, then he said, addressing M, I saw that it is the fullest manifestation of Satchidananda. It fullest. That means his own real personality. What is it? That Satchidananda who had come out of his own body. But this time, the divine power is manifested through the glory of Sattva. This is important. Because you take the previous incarnations like Rama and Krishna. Rama was a king and he killed Ravana. Rama single-handedly killed 14,000 Rakshasas who were followers of Khara and Dushan, single-handedly. You know the story. Shurpanakha, Ravan's sister, was attracted to Rama and she took a beautiful form and wanted to marry Rama. And Rama said that I am already married. So she wanted to eat Sita so that Rama will be free to marry her. Rama's command indication, Lakshmana cut her ears and nose. She, weeping bitterly, went to her brothers Khara and Dushan who lived nearby. And they attacked Rama with their 14,000 followers. Rama told Lakshmana, you take Sita, let Sita enter the cave, which is our residence, and you protect her. I will single-handedly manage these 14,000 fellows. And Rama, with his divine weapons, he killed all those. So this is a manifestation of Rajo Gun, activity, killing. And then Rama killed Ravana, Kumbhakarna. So all these show that he manifested Rajo Gun and he was the son of a king. So we come to Krishna. He fought for dharma as against adharma. He used the 5 dharmic Pandavas for that purpose. And he did so many activities in his play that is full of Rajogun. He might not have been the king, but he was the kingmaker and advisor and and has partaken so many wars. Jarasandha came 17, 18 times and he defeated him, and then he ran away, and hundreds of Rajoguna activity he has done in his life. Even Rukmini wanted to marry him. He went, fought against the opposing forces, abducted her as it were. And so, that is Krishna. Now compare with Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna knows only to manifest spirituality to the utmost degree. No Rajogun. He is a sannyasi. He was born also poor, and now he has sought deliberate poverty, which is called sannyas. And people even now are ready to give him thousands of rupees, and he denies it. And he is living in a very, very simple manner. So that he is describing this time, the Sagun Brahma, his own reality, is speaking. No, he said, addressing M, I saw it is the fullest manifestation of Satchidananda, fullest manifestation. Nobody has seen spirituality so much manifested in a human body. So, fullest manifestation, he himself is telling this. He saw it is like that. And he is neither priding himself and that he does not require to hide also, and because he has selected people with him, and so he can communicate this to them. He is not advertising to the world. But this time, the divine power is manifested through the glory of Sattva. Glory of Sattva, the devotees sat spellbound. They absolutely new and yet strange and yet real. Master to him, just now I was saying to mother, I cannot talk much. I, the human personality. Mother, reality. I cannot talk much because he has been talking and talking and talking. That much is the apparent expression of Rajogun. I also said to her, many people's inner consciousness be awakened by only one touch. So he wants to control his speaking, and by touching he wants to transmit spirituality to many number of people. You see, such is the power of Yogamaya that she can cast a spell. Yogamaya is the combination of the three gunas, which is Maya, and she can cast a spell on people. She did so at Vrindavan. That is why Subal was able to unite Sri Krishna and Radhika. So these are all Vrindavan stories. Subal is a Krishna's friend, and he could Yogamaya. So he could unite, combine, bring near each other Radha and Krishna. Radhika. Yogamaya, the primal power, has a power of attraction. I applied that power myself. There, it required an outside third person called Subal to apply this. And in Thakur's case, he himself has applied that, and that is why he is casting a spell on people through his Sattva-guna. To him, well, do you think that those who come here are realizing anything? So he wants to see whether M has understood this or not, where this is being objectively achieved or not. M, yes, sir, it must be so. It must be so. He does not say it is. Master, how do you know? So he wants M to critically understand and reply. M replies in a beautiful fashion. M smiling. Everyone says, whoever goes to him doesn't return to the world. So everybody who goes to him becomes spiritually transformed. Master smiling. So Thakur has accepted this and is telling it through a beautiful story, comparative. What happens if some ordinary guru tries, and what happens if the incarnation tries? A bullfrog was caught by a water snake. The snake could neither swallow the frog nor let it go. As a result, the frog suffered very much. He croaked continuously, and the snake suffered too. So this is when ordinary guru and shishya, this is what happens. But if the frog had been seized by a cobra, he would have been quiet after one or two croaks or laugh. They understand that is how Sri Ramakrishna is influencing people. To the young devotees, read the Bhakti Chaitanya Chandrika by Trailokya. Trailokya of the Brahma Samaj has written that book. Ask Trailokya for a copy. He has written well about Chaitanya Deva, a devotee. Will you give it to us? Master smiling. Why not? If a father has a good crop of molasses, if a farmer has a good crop of molasses, he can easily give away 2 or 3. Allah. That means he has written, so he can give. Won't Trilokya give you the book free? To Paltu. Come here now and then, a boy devotee, Paltu. I shall come whenever I can. Master. Will you see me in Calcutta when I go there? Paltu. Yes, I shall try. Master. That's the answer of a calculating mind. Both the answers. I shall come when I can, I shall try, is a mathematical answer. It is not emphatic answer like, yes, I will come. So Thakur says this is a calculating mind's answer. Paltu. If I don't say I shall try, I may be a liar. So Paltu had said this, he might have in the member of Brahma Samaj or by his sanskaras that telling lies is wrong. And if I cannot come, this will become a lie. And so I have said this, not by calculation. Master to M, not directly to Paltu, but to M, I don't mind the lies of these boys. They are not free. So he clarifies that so far as the boys are concerned, they are not free. They are under the control of their parents. So if he says I shall come and he will not be able to come, I will not take it as a lie. I don't take lies from these boys because they are not free. What could they do? They wanted to come, they tried to come, but they could not. So Thakur's definition of truth is little different from our definition. If I say yes and it goes out of my control and I cannot, then Thakur does not take that seriously. They are not free. To Haripada. Haripada was another boy devotee who had married, young devotee. to Haripada, why hasn't Mahendra Mukherjee come here lately? Mahendra was the younger brother of Priyanath Mukherjee, and they used to frequent Thakur quite often, but lately he had not come. M, smiling. He is practicing Jnana Yoga. So smiling means M jokes at it, perhaps because he is practicing Jnana Yoga, Neti, he is not coming in company. Master, no, it's not that. So knowingly I had asked Haripada. He knows why he does not come, but he has asked Haripada to find out how objectively that appears, how Haripada feels about it. And when Master Masha tells something, he says, no, it's not that. The other day, he promised to send me in his carriage to the theatre to see a play about the life of Prahlada, but he didn't send the carriage, and they had gone already. Perhaps that is why he doesn't come. He adds, perhaps. So it is Anuman. Both way, Shejana. Him. Both means it appears to me. So here, perhaps. One day I saw Mahima Chakravarti and had a talk with him. It seems that Mahendra visits him. So Mahima Chakravarti is known to be a follower of Jnana, supposedly, and so that is why Master Masha has said that he is following Jnana Yoga, because they have seen him talking to Mahima. Master. But Mahima talks about Bhakti also. He loves to recite the hymn, what need is there of penance of God if is worshipped with love? M smiling. He says that because you make him say it. You understand that? I felt that day. Mahima likes to talk of knowledge, but he knows the so many shlokas from the Bhakti Shastras because he likes to be called a scholar. And Thakur asks him particularly about that and he wants to show it. So he chants, Master Masha has understood this. Now, this topic is left behind and we get another topic. Girish Chandra Ghosh was always talking to the devotees about the master. Haripada is his neighbor, Girish. Haripada, Girish Ghosh sees many visions nowadays. So he has experiences nowadays. After going home from here, he remains absorbed in spiritual moods and sees many things. By the influence of Thakur's company, Girish's mind has changed and he gets so many experiences and he remains immersed in that mood. Master, that may be true. Coming to the Ganges, one sees many things, boats, ships, and whatnot. So Thakur is like the Ganges, There you see boats, ships, and whatnot. So visiting the source of all experiences, it is what strange that he experiences the spiritual truths. Haripada. Girish Ghosh says, from now on, I shall occupy myself only with my work, that is writing dramas. In the morning, on the stroke of the clock, I shall sit down with my pen and inkpot and write for the whole day. He makes the resolve, no doubt, but cannot carry it out. No sooner do we visit him than he begins to talk about you. You asked him to send Narendra here in a carriage. He said, I shall hire a carriage for Narendra. So everything what Thakur says, he follows, he does. And is not able to concentrate only on the writing. At 5 o'clock, so this is throughout the day, now it has become 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, the younger Naren was ready to go home. Sri Ramakrishna stood by his side on the northeast veranda and gave him various instructions. Personally, some ashramas has not heard him. Then the boy saluted the master and departed. Many of the devotees also took their leave. So, next scene. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on the small coach talking to Mohini Mohini. Mohini's wife was almost mad with grief on account of her son's death. A boy of 7 or 8 years died, and that had sent Mohini's wife out of her mind. Sometimes she laughed and sometimes she wept like the madman. But she felt peaceful in Sri Ramakrishna's presence. That is Master Master's observation. His presence is lifting a man spiritually, so he is not under the attachment and so is peaceful. Master, how is your wife now? You see, somewhere it has been told that she had come and she had come in the daytime itself, and she was with the Holy Mother, waiting for an opportunity when men devotees will not be there, then only she will go. This is because of the old Indian pattern, plus she wanted to talk personally about her difficulties, and so she is waiting. And now, after 5 o'clock, when the other devotees had gone, then only he is asking, Master, how is your wife now? Mohini. She becomes quiet whenever she is here, but sometimes at home she becomes very wild. The other day she was going to kill herself. When Sri Ramakrishna heard this, he appeared worried. Mohini said to him, Amli, please give her a few words of advice. Master. So words of advice he would give. But what care Master Mahasaya should take, that he is telling immediately. Don't allow her to cook. No, please give her don't allow her to cook. That will heat her brain all the more. And keep her in the company of others so that they may watch her. Because suicide suddenly one goes without others watching. So somebody should be there to watch her. It was dusk, so that 5 o'clock also has gone. It is now dusk, evening. Preparations were going on in the temples for the evening worship, arati. The lamp was lighted in the master's room and incense was burned. Seated on the small coach, Sri Ramakrishna saluted the Divine Mother and chanted her name in a tender voice. Every day evening, there was nobody in the room except M, who was sitting on the floor. So all other devotees are departed. Now is the chance for her to come. But now Thakur is thinking of Arati, and she also might be going to Arati, we do not know. Sri Ramakrishna rose from the coach. M also stood up. The master asked him to shut the west and north doors of the room. 3 doors were there, so 2 are shut. M obeyed and stood by Sri Ramakrishna on the porch. The master said that he wanted to go to the Kali temple. Leaning on M's arm, he came down to the terrace of the temple. He asked him to call Baburam and sat down to help him, to support him, to serve him in that mood. Now, terrace of the temple, what does it mean? কালীঘরের সম্মুখের চাতালে গিয়া উপস্থিত হইলেন. That is terrace. Terrace is not the roof here. But in front of the Kali temple, on the same level, there is an open space. That is called the terrace. Open space in front of the temple. After visiting the Divine Mother, the master returned to his room across the court. We know that. Chanting, "O Mother, Mother, Raja Rajeshwari." So while coming also, he is chanting her name. Sri Ramakrishna entered his room and sat on the small coach. He had been passing through an extraordinary state of mind. He could not touch any metal, that is, in general, not on that particular day. He had said a few days before, "It seems that the Divine Mother has been removing from my mind all ideas of possession." He had been eating from plantain leaves and drinking water from an earthen tumbler. He could not touch a metal jar, so he had asked the devotees to get a few earthen jars for him. If he touched metal plates or pots, his hand ached as if stung by a horned fish. Prasanna, some devotee, had brought a few earthen pots, but they were very small. The master said with a smile, "These pots are too small, but he is a nice boy." How is he a nice boy? A boy devotee. Once I asked him to take off his clothes, and he stood naked in front of me. What a child he is. So, no sense of shame in front of Thakur. A child. Simple boy. He does not think of Lajja Gruna Bhai. Thakur asks him and he does it. So he's a fine boy. What a child he is. Tarak of Belgaria arrived with a friend and bowed low before Sri Ramakrishna, who was sitting on the small coach. The room was lighted by an oil lamp. A few devotees were sitting on the floor. So it is not Master Masha alone. Now a few devotees are there. Tarak was about 20 years old and married. His parents did not allow him to come to Sri Ramakrishna. We do not know who this Tarak is. It does not appear to be Mahapurush Maharaj's description. Maybe we do not know. He lived mostly at his home near Bau Bazar. That also we do not know. The master was very fond of him. Tarak's friend had a tamasic nature, so he had come with somebody from Calcutta. He rather scoffed at master and religious ideas in general. Tamoguni. What has happened? Master to Tarak's friend, why don't you go and visit the temples? Because he is not interested in what Thakur says, it will be obstruction for other people. Friend, oh, I have seen them before. So he is not interested in that also. Master, so he is wanting to see his reaction. Is it wrong for Tarak to come here? Friend, you know better. You know best. Not ready to give the opinion. Master, pointing to him, he is a headmaster. He is telling him that educated people also come to him. Friend, oh, it may be a surprising thing to him. Sri Ramakrishna asked about Tarak's health and talked with him at length. Tarak was ready to leave. Sri Ramakrishna asked him to be careful about many things. Master, my good man, beware. Beware of woman and gold. Once you sink in the maya of a woman, you will not be able to rise. It is the whirlpool of the Vishalakshi. There was a stream near Kamarpukur, and inside there was a whirlpool. So that he is mentioning. He who has fallen into it cannot pull himself out again. Come here now and then. Tarak, my people at home don't let me. A devotee. So some other devotee also is present now. Suppose someone's mother says to him, don't go to Dakshineshwar. Suppose she curses him saying, if you go there, you will be drinking my blood. Master, a mother who says that is no mother. She is the embodiment of avidya. There is no sin in disobeying such a mother. She obstructs her son's path to God. There is no harm in disobeying your elders for the sake of God. And he gives several examples. For Rama's sake, Bharat did not obey his mother Kaikeyi. You know the Kaikeyi scheme and took a boon that Rama should go to forest for 14 years and her son Bharat should rule instead of Rama. Bharat did not agree of any of them. He said, Rama is the king. I'll go to forest and bring him back. So he disobeyed his mother for the sake of God, who is Rama. The gopis did not obey their husbands when they were forbidden to visit Krishna. So, husbands are forbidding, but they are going. Prahlada disobeyed his father for God. His father was against God, but Prahlada could not live without God. So he has given several examples of different types of relations, mind you. Bharat did not obey mother. Gopis did not obey husband. Prahlad did not obey his father. Bali, here V is wrong, I have been telling. It becomes Vali. Vali is a different person and you will feel it is about Vali. B should be used. Bali. Bali. Bali, not Bali. Bali. Bali disregarded the words of Shukracharya, his teacher, in order to please God. Bali was a Daitya and his guru was Shukracharya. And Bali was a powerful king, and the gods did not want him to rule on the earth. So they asked the supreme God, Vishnu, to do something for them. Now Bali used to give dhanam every day. So God appeared as a dwarf man and went and asked for a dhan. And Bali recognized that he is God, and Shukracharya recognized he is God. So Shukracharya told him, don't give. He did not agree. Shukracharya, while giving dhan, they take some water from a kamandalu. Shukracharya became some insect and entered that nozzle of the kamandalu to obstruct water. But Shukracharya pushed a hard stick inside, they say, and it hit Shukracharya's eye. Bali did that. And so water could come. So he disregarded his guru for the sake of God. Bibhishana went against the wishes of Ravana, his elder brother. So all relations have been described to please Rama. But is there? You must obey your elders in all other things. Your elders, you have to obey in all other things, but not when they obstruct your path to God. There you disregard them. So obedience number one to God, love of God. Number two to your elders. And if you obey them, they will discipline you. That will be useful to you. Let me show your hand. So it was a Thakur's method of testing. Sri Ramakrishna took Tarak's hand into his own and seemed to feel its weight. A few moments later, he said, there is a little crookedness in your mind, but that will go. Pray to God a little and come here now and then. Yes, that twist will go. Is it you that have hired the house at Bhavadar? Tarak. Not I, sir, but my parents. Master smiling. They or you? Is it because you are afraid of the tiger? What is a tiger? Tarak had a young wife. Did the master mean that a woman is like a tiger to a man? Tarak saluted Sri Ramakrishna and took his leave. The master lay down on the small couch. It was night. He seemed worried about Tarak. Suddenly he said to him, why do I worry so much about these young boys? M kept still. He was thinking over a reply. The master asked him, why don't you speak? No, this is left there. Before he could speak, something happened. Mohini's wife entered the room in the night, waiting from whole day, and sat at one side. In the Bengali, it is in the meanwhile. So when this talk was happening, also she might be sitting inside Thakur's room. Sri Ramakrishna spoke to him about Tarak's friend. So even after that, he is talking about, he is not minding her as if about Tarak's friend. Master, why did Tarak bring that fellow with him? M. Perhaps he wanted a companion for the road. It is a long way from Calcutta as he brought it. So he brought a friend with him. The master suddenly addressed Mohini's wife. So after all this, she is getting a chance. Hatat, okay. The master suddenly addressed Moini's wife and said, by unnatural death one becomes an evil spirit, because he has heard that she thoughts of suicide. Beware. Make it clear to your mind that you will have to become a ghost. It will not be escaping from the problems which you have. Is this what you have come to after hearing and seeing so much? She has seen Thakur, she has seen Holy Mother, she has heard their talk, and she should not have come to this, but because of that madness, she has come to that. Mohini was about to take his leave. He saluted Sri Ramakrishna. His wife also saluted the master, who stood near the north door of the room. Thakur was standing near the north door of the room. From there, they will exit. Mohini's wife spoke to him in a whisper. That means Mohini did not hear it, but from Thakur's reply we have to judge. Master, do you want to stay here? That is what she had asked. Shall I come and stay here? Or something else maybe. Mohini's wife, yes, I want to spend a few days with the Holy Mother at the Navath. May I? So, in that whisper, she might have put some her problems. Master, that will be all right. But you talk of dying, that frightens me, and the Ganges is so near. So it is very easy to go and die in the Ganges. And you will be staying near Ganges. But it is very good if you stay with Holy Mother, you will become calm. That he agreed. But whole day she is waiting, and only this much. Either Master Masha has not reported those things in detail. Anyway, but what we can do, we got only this much, that Thakur, she is peaceful when in presence of Thakur. Thakur spoke, but Thakur is worried and he tells him to take care, and Thakur agrees to her proposal of staying with the Holy Mother, but warns her, don't think of dying, don't go to Ganges, stay with Holy Mother, your mind will become calm, these thoughts will pass away, then you will become normal. It shows Thakur's love for that lady and Thakur's love for the welfare of all the devotees. She might not be as devoted to Thakur as Master Masha, but she is in disturbed state of the mind. And we know later on, she became a routine member of Holy Mother's party. She used to go with Holy Mother wherever Holy Mother went, and she stayed mostly in Holy Mother's company, and that is how her mind became peaceful. So that day has ended. We go with the devotees in Calcutta, March 11. We shall pick it up on Monday. Tomorrow, you might have known at 3 o'clock, I have a lecture on Introduction to Bhagavad Gita on behalf of in English, on behalf of the Philippines, Manila Center. Om Om Tava Kathāmritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Shrimadattatam Bhui Grunanti Ye Bhurida Jana Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.